So a question came up, how do you do grid align on the Ariado map? I'm not sure I've got exactly the same Ariado map, but I can show you how to do the grid align in Foundry anyway. So this here is the final product. You can see that it's getting pretty close. It's not 100% right, but for all intents and purposes, it seems to be stable all the way across the map. So how did I get here? Let's make a new scene. New scene, create scene, call it Ariado 2. Well, I just pour my tea. And the first thing, of course, we need to do is load in the file. Now, I haven't got the Beyond for this. I play the proper one, but I made this new instance for you. So let's have a look. Background info image. I've got worlds, the one ring, and I've got this Ariado hex map PNG. Yeah, and I'll show you how the dimensions are. Let's just leave everything as it is. So Ariado 2, go to the scene here. You can see that it's 2884 by 1840. So it's not a huge map, considering how big everything is. Okay, let's have a look at the actual map now. So activate that. It looks like this when you first load it. The first thing we want to do is, of course, we want a hex. And it's hex rows, odds and even, yeah, I'll just go for odd. So now we can see it's far too big. That means we have to resize something. Now the map, the pixel map size, I think the minimum is 50. So let's see whether that works. Probably getting close, but not 100% there yet. So let's go into configure. We go to grid, and then you get this little ruler here. If you go to the ruler, you can then basically scale the image in the background or the foreground or the grid size, everything with the red grid showing you what you're doing. So if you click here into the background picture, it says here, use arrow keys to shift the background image. Yeah, so we can shift that about a bit and just see whether that fits. Now that's pretty close, but not 100%. Yeah, so if I then go to 51, slightly bigger, you can see how at the bottom here, it sort of drifts out of alignment. 51. Oh, you can go smaller than 50. 51. Yeah, that's fine. Go back to here. Does that fit? So it's basically fiddling about a little bit with it. 51. Now that's okay, but it seems to be slightly too big, because if you look here further down, it becomes increasingly drifty. Yeah, it runs out of the alignment. So between 50 and 51, what can I do? Very little. So what you can do instead is you can resize the image in the background. So you can, for example, say, okay, I want this as 5,800 by, I think I went something like that. Double it, 5,600, 780. No, what's the depth? That's 5,600, 760, 68, 5,678 is double. So I've... Okay, in theory, if you knew your math, you could basically double that scale. Why does that not work? 2,800 is 5,600. 5,768. 5,768. Yeah, there we go. It's doubled now. So that gives me a bit more to play with, of course. I can now go back to my grid. I can start with a grid size of 100. 100. Can't see my numpad because it's behind my microphone. And we do the whole game again. So configure. Click on the ruler. Shift it about a bit. Now with 100, that looks okay, but if I look further down here, it doesn't. So let's try 101. Yeah, I don't have any walls, no worries. Let's shift it into the junctions. And that looks pretty good. Save changes. Yeah, that should do it. So if I look further down here, yes, it drifts a little bit, but if I put a token, and I don't have one right now, because this is not a real thing, but let's create one. Create actor, Tolkien token. Was his birthday today or yesterday? Did you know? Ah, D&D, horrible. Stick that in there. Basically, you wouldn't be able to tell that it's adrift. Ah, okay. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell that it's adrift, especially if you do what I recommend and you just switch off the other grid. You hide it. So you go to grid, you go to opacity, take it right the way down. All the measuring will now work. I don't know how many miles or kilometers something is. Does it tell you in a corner somewhere? Let's go to 10 miles. 10 miles. Save changes. If I now measure it, you can see that looks pretty good, even right the way cross country. So, hope that helped you a little bit. If you found that useful, leave me a like, leave me a sub, leave me a thumbs up, something like that. And a comment would be nice. All the best.